Well, good morning. Welcome to American Truck Simulator. It is just before 8 a.m. and we're in something new today. I'm going to go ahead and start the engine. It's kind of quiet. This is the brand new American Truck Simulator standard new truck. It's an International Eagle 9900i. Now, this was released yesterday, but I didn't get the chance to play with it until today. So I bought one. I added a few shiny bits. I gave it a nice pretty red and white paint job. Gave it some air horns. Yep, air horns, there we go. I made sure I had the numpty plate because, hey, I should turn the lights on. Side lights, main beam. Or rather, dipped headlights, as we Brits would say, and there we go. So this particular International, it is equipped with the medium wheelbase truck. It's a 6x4 drivetrain. I'm using the Cummins ISX15, the basic engine here, the 450 horsepower, and an even fuller 10-speed automated transmission. So a new truck. Well, thank you SCS, we like new trucks. Although this is a new old truck. This is the first truck, I believe, that's been added to the game that is not currently in production. That's not so good. So my headache rack is sort of poking up a little bit over the edge of over the back, but that's okay. It's probably not doing its aerodynamics any favors. It'll be okay. So what do we think? Well, so far, I mean, it seems okay. It's a little old-fashioned. Let's go back to the dashboard view. I don't have a display showing my gear. No, I know. I'm not a trucker. I don't have a feel for what gear the truck is in unless I can see it. So there's no built-in navigation unit. That's where there's I'm going to hope it's an Android phone stuck in the corner there. What do we think? Well, I've driven it, 139 miles. I did a real simple trip last night, and it was okay. I mean, kind of quiet, nothing wrong with that. It feels a little limited right now, but most of the mods I use haven't been updated for it. In fact, I think any of them have. But I'm okay with that. You have a choice of 4 engines. They're all ISX15s. It's the 450, 500, 550, and 600. Let's put it in gear. Release the parking brake and we'll move off. Isn't that quiet? We like quiet. I guess I'll weigh it. We have the 300-gallon fuel tank in this particular model here. So this is the medium wheelbase one. They will get heavier, but it should be a reasonable weight to see how much it weighs. Try not to crash it whilst recording it. That would be very, very embarrassing. Let's pop it up here. Okay, it is 22,500 pounds. Okay. Not the best day to take the new truck for a run, but there we go. Let's see what jobs we've got. Let's just block the weighbridge right now, it'll be fine. So where are we? We are... okay, we're at Burns. What have we got? A rush job to get to Eugene. Cables to Newport. There's not that much difference there other than cables. I get paid way more money for that. Grain to Lakeview. That's a pretty simple short trip. I'm going to do the cables because I quite like to get paid that much extra per mile.
Lass uns loslegen.
So I guess I go right at the top here. How do I leave here? I see. Okay, so Let's see what's changed since the last time I
Biege nach links ab.
drove a truck. I may have to change the language back away from German. I've lowered the stiffness, the stability for the trailer and the tractor engine to the minimum. So all these trucks are more than a little roly-poly right now. It means I can't barrel into corners quite so fast. Nice shot of the interior. Am I going to be here for ages? I'm not wearing my seatbelt. Look at that. Okay, gonna inch forward here. Alright, that works for me. Right, well I'm gonna head on down the road and pick up my cargo. I'll be right back. Once I get used to this steering sensitivity, that is. So I think one of the reasons why this thing pays so much is how awkward it's been to just pick up. Whoops. Pick up the cargo.
Auf geht's.
Go. Alright, that must be it. So, parking brake in, put it in gear, and off we go. So I'm going to use the 10-speed today in automated mode, which appears to be how it's designed anyway. So no issues there. Oh, maybe the rain's easing off. That'll be nice if it is. I'm liking this engine sound. Sometimes the Cummins ISX15 can sound a bit... I don't know quite how to describe it, but a little bit high pitched, maybe even nasal. This has a nice purposeful sound to it. Okay, so what do we think about that only being the ISX15 engine? I was a little disappointed when I saw that. There's nothing wrong with the ISX15, but I'm sure International had other engines available. And, oh, what have I hit? I think I know what I've hit. So the International LT, which is a truck I really want to like, but find it a little bit characterless. Anyway, that has the International A26 engine, the small bore, plus the Cummins option. Okay, I think we're clear. It's very quiet. Alright. Thought that didn't damage the cargo then. Anyway, yeah, so I was a little disappointed by there only being the one engine and the 4 in the range, but it's not the end of the world, let's face it. And I could easily jump in the files, throw in the Caterpillar engine in particular. That's one of my favorites. The Siemens Caterpillar, and anything else I feel like adding. But I'm going to stick with the Cummins right now. Why did I go for the 450 horsepower model? Because I could. When you read the specs of this transmission, I believe it's was top rated torque as 1550 foot-pounds, but another 200 foot-pounds is permissible in, I think, the top gear. So I can more or less liken that to how I would drive this particular truck and this engine. Am I speeding? No, I don't think so. But the Android phone or the phone doesn't show a speed on there. Ah, this could be a long trip. But that reflects it's an older truck. And I also believe that the position of the mirrors is more in keeping with the real vehicle. I think I was reading on the SCS forum that the Kenworths and Peterbilts have an inaccurate positioning of the mirrors as the stock truck to make them easier to drive. I mean, that's great, and they are easier to use the mirror and see where you're going, but I was disappointed to learn that because, well, it was an adjustment to not use the F2 mirror option, so that's what I mean. Nothing wrong with using these, but for realism, you kind of want to turn them off. So, like this, thankfully there's that mirror at the bottom left of the display that helps. Oh, stop gassing. Get on the brakes. There we go. I think I can turn the lights off as well. Let's stop first. And lights are off. Let's take a look outside the truck. Not driven it particularly well so far. Yeah, it's a pretty machine. I like it. I wasn't sure I would like it, but I do. Okay. Got a green light. Parking brake off. Back in gear. Off we go. Yeah, it's even... because it's even quiet, but this might not be me. Anyway. Right, come on, guys. And you, Audi. I think you're an Audi. Yeah, so choice of engine, well, it'd be nice to have seen other engines, but that's the beauty of the game. I can just mod them in if I really feel like it. And there's nothing wrong with the Cummins engines, at least they're okay, they're not bad. I prefer some of the Caterpillars or even the Packard MX-13, how that delivers its power, but this is perfectly usable. Just tap resume on the cruise. Let's see how well it gets me back up to cruising speed. Yeah, I like how quiet this thing is. It's a little roly-poly. It's a lot roly-poly.
Bitte rechts halten.
We're staying on the right. I kind of missed this game. I wasn't well for what felt like a month, and being able to drive, being able to concentrate while driving was kind of nice. XCOM 2, I love that game. It's a nice diversion. I can pick it up and stop it without worrying too much about getting back into it. That's always good too. But driving this and then to jump back into the game and there's a new truck to play with, that's just epic. Thanks, SCS. I now have two profiles. This one that has Red Thunder in it, and what I'm calling the new profile, and that has the Peterbilt 389, which I'm enjoying that too. So I'll do some more miles in that truck and come up with an update in due course. But I could see myself doing some miles in this truck first though. But right now I'm just hunkering along at 50. Looks like I've got a left turn coming up. Well, no, the road just veers to the left. Right, let's get back on the power a little bit, get out to 55. Yeah, it's rolling around an awful lot. It'll be fine. Hopefully. Otherwise, I have a new keyboard, or new to me keyboard. Found myself an old Razer, Black Widow Ultimate. So it says 2016. Found that as part of the house move. No one else wants it. Works for me. And the new microphone, which I've used for a couple of videos now, but just been settling in. I have a slightly different desk arrangement. I wonder if you can hear the rumble through my controller. So yeah, just been getting back into the swing of things really. I'm just enjoying not unpacking boxes. There's still a few left to go. Well, so far this has been a competent experience, but nothing dramatic. It feels as ponderous as you might think, and this is just the medium size one. There's a bigger model available. Visibility is okay. It's not great looking out the sides. I think I saw some skylights at the top there. Maybe not. Whoops. Looking left is a little difficult. Hang on. Yeah, I'm all over the place. I look left and then it does angle forward, thankfully. But I don't find there's much difference between the different truck models once you start to be coarse at the controls. Like they're just as roly-poly. Maybe they're not actually. The smaller trucks feel a bit more agile. Thanks, Volvo. He moved out of the way there. Bit of a dramatic swerve, but he moved out of the way. I think I'm going to drop the window and see if we can what it sounds like with the window down. It's down a little bit. That's a big difference. Huh. That's interesting. The cruise back up to 55. Let's open both windows all the way. Yeah, that's a big difference in sound. I'm surprised at that. Quite with the windows up. Or is it with them down? Let's back up again. Okay. What's the speed limit dropping to here? 45. Okay. As you can hear, I've got a retarder in this transmission. Lights have gone to green. Oh, there we go. Went to red. Brakes seem to work fairly effectively. I stopped way too short. Let's see, what else have we got down here? Pedals, cup holders, switches. The usual fare, I guess. Tried a couple of tweaks with my graphic settings and didn't seem to make that much of a difference, to be fair, so I think I put them right back to where they were. And I was considering swapping my monitor out. Although I record at 1080p, I'm using a 4K monitor. I've got a QHD screen. It's a beautiful monitor, but it's hard to go back from this 4K screen. I mean, if I get 60 frames a second in this game, I am perfectly happy. I'm sure it'll run fine with 30 frames a second as well. And fine here is, you know, kind of being relative. But QHD, it takes a load off the graphics card, so it would help performance. I don't really need it though.
Immer geradeaus.
Gonna be a little sluggish off the mark here, I think, again, because I wasn't paying attention last time. I probably won't be this time either. Let's look at my instruments. I've got fuel on the left, temperature on the right, exhaust temperature, looks like, axle temperatures, transmission temperature, reasonable selection. Oops. Back on the power, off we go. I wasn't paying that much attention, but didn't see oil pressure. But I wonder if it's the very bottom left gauge, because I think I'm seeing it move. Oh, perhaps not. I'm not sure then. I guess I'll find out. Quick check how far I've got to go. So 3 hours. Okay. I turned to red again. Well, I'm not going to let you sit through every single red light, so let's drop ourselves into bullet time. been a pretty uneventful trip, I've got to say. Another one of these pretty uneventful trips. We'll see what the parking situation's like when I arrive, but gotta say, it's been a very pleasant experience. It's a quiet truck. It might be smoother than some of the other trucks I've driven in terms of ride. It's fairly easy to position in the road. It's hard to find ways to criticize the truck. We'll check to see what the economy is like. It should be okay. I've not been driving it particularly hard. I've stuck to 55 as a top speed. Not so much to say. Competent but uninspiring, perhaps. But I think that most of the trucks in ATS have that badge. Most of them, at least. So let's see. Where am I? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm dropping off the cables. It looks off-road, so this could be a interesting delivery. Let's see. Well, Toledo is a town in Spain. Oh, okay. I don't think it is off-road after all. It's near this industrial plant then. That's not so bad. So I watched a documentary on YouTube and it was talking about the most lived-in worlds in video games. And I'm wondering whether ATS and ETS2 should fit on that list. Does the game feel lived in? I mean, SCS have talked about improving the economy and the feeling of the economy, and you move goods around. It certainly does feel... Is alive the right word? I guess lived in. Choices that we make. If we were to unfortunately run into someone and then travel back down the same road, yeah, the wreck's sometimes still there. I allegedly saw that on Facebook. Is this my turn? Is this my entry? Yes. Am I going to make this? Probably not. Let's find out. It's a nice pretty paint job though. I like that. Mess this up proper. Come on. There we go. Bad feeling about this. Yeah. Very bad feeling about this. I'm going to have to just bodge this on the way in. Thankfully I've got the space. Disaster. Give everyone something to look at, I suppose. It's not like I can drop the cable off and go check in. Oh boy. Does not have the tightest of turning circles either. I'm not sure if this is really sensible. I'm going to slacken off that turn a little bit. I'm going to jackknife the truck. Yep, there we go. Okay, you reach. Yep, you can reach. Okay. I'm going to try that. I mean, what's the worst that happens, right? Where am I supposed to go? Let's jump back in here. It's back over here. There it is. Wow, better right mess of this. Okay, let's pull forward and to the left and see if we can straighten it up a little bit. See if we can straighten up a lot of it. Okay, pull around to the left. Get a little closer to the wall, full left lock. I've got plenty of space, so this should be fairly straightforward. Yeah, got loads of space. So I mean, how hard can this be, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go left and straighten the thing up a little bit. Okay. That'll do. So gotta go right hand down a bit, left hand down a bit more. I'm gonna lose visibility of the spot, and about now, straighten it up. Oh, overcorrected, straighten it up like so. There we go. And theoretically, I'm more or less lined up, but I can't see, so external view makes life a little easier. A lot easier then. Okay, that was pretty easy. I would struggle with it with a double, but that was pretty easy. Let's straighten things up a little bit more. Yeah. It's not exactly a perfect backing up maneuver, but I think it's good enough. Okay, let's get underneath it, straighten the thing up. There we go. That'll do. Alright. Not my finest parking, but not a bad effort for me, all things considered. So, 263 miles, and we used 42 gallons exactly. So, what's that, 6 and a bit to the gallon? Which is pretty much what I would expect to be seeing for that kind of engine. And let's see, average speed is 6.5 hours. That's almost 40 miles an hour, which no great shakes. It's exactly what we would expect. So all up, not a bad truck. I enjoyed the ride. Nothing exceptional. I wasn't looking for it to be. A pleasant enough place to sit. But another truck in SCS game, and that is a very good thing. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. It's been great fun driving along. Click like if you liked it, dislike if you didn't. Want to see more of the same? You can click subscribe. But above all, have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.